J Schwanke's Life in Bloom is brought to you by Albertsons Companies, with additional support from the following companies: the Ball Horticultural Company, Cal Flowers, Design Master Color Tool, Golden Flowers, Sunshine Bouquet, and theribbonroll.com.
Today on Life in Bloom, we'll show you how flowers and romance go far beyond Valentine's Day, and how you can treat yourself and your loved ones with arrangements, food, and drink infused with floral-inspired romance. I'm J Schwanke. Welcome to Life in Bloom. Every flower is a soul blossoming in nature. Flowers can set the tone for romance. Today, we'll take a look at fragrant and romantic flowers and ways you can incorporate them into your everyday life. Setting the scene with candlelight and simple floating flowers at the dinner table creates a sense of quiet and connection and lends an overall soothing vibe to your event. Today, we'll take a look at romantic, fragrant flowers and ways you can incorporate them into your everyday life. Romance isn't only for special occasions. You can keep romance in your everyday life when you surround yourself with the sights and smells of these beautiful flowers. Let's begin by taking a look at the most romantic flower of all, the rose. Red roses are considered the ultimate symbol of romantic love and enduring passion. While it's well known that red roses symbolize love, what do other rose colors signify? Yellow: joy, happiness, caring, and true friendship. Orange: fascination, passion, desire, and pride. Pale pink: thank you, grace, admiration, and elegance. Deep pink: gratitude, refinement, and appreciation. Peach: believe me, modesty and sweetness. White: innocence, purity, and loyalty. Burgundy: undying love and unconscious beauty. Now that you know a bit more about the meanings behind roses, let's take a look at how and where they're grown. It's been too long since I've been here at my favorite rose grower in California. We're at Euphoria Flowers to see their romantic garden roses and new spray roses. So Chad, this is your new garden rose collection.
Yeah, we have all of our garden roses generally located within certain houses within our operation. And
they're beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
They're beautiful.
This is Lovely Hearts. Probably one of our most popular varieties with the color. It's that coral peach color. Here you have the caramel antique. It's got the light butterscotch caramel color. It is very popular and opens up like that true garden-style rose.
Just that shape is so popular.
It is, and we find everybody is looking for that look, that cabbage outdoor appeal.
They were so fragile when we first started getting garden roses, but these are so durable.
And we're finding that the breeders are now crossbreeding varieties that have that certain European shape with other varieties, and we're getting the longevity out of these and the durability out of these varieties. It's outstanding.
Instead of the dozen roses that I used to get for Valentine's Day, do you think maybe I'll do like clusters of roses in a vase for Valentine's Day with the garden effect?
I think so. I mean, when these open up, they take up a lot more of a surface area.
Right.
So I think, and they're just going to add that much more beauty to the arrangement, that European style arrangement that I think people are dying to see.
What's the lasting quality on these guys?
Definitely 10 plus days on the garden roses.
Wow.
Some even more, just depending on the petal structure that it has.
So what's your favorite thing about being a California flower farmer?
Being able to produce an American-grown product and offer an American-grown rose to the consumer, and hearing and seeing, the reactions, and to be one of the California growers still producing roses is definitely very exciting for us. I mean, and we're very excited about the future for California-grown roses as well.
Flowers can set a romantic tone, and it's not just about couples. For a dinner party or patio entertaining, it's perfect to have romantic flowers. And one of the ways that we can talk about romantic flowers is through fragrance. Gardenias, for example, have an intoxicating aroma. These are one of my favorite flowers, and they're super easy to design with. As a kid, we grew gardenias in the greenhouse. If a bride wanted them for her wedding, my grandfather would patiently baby them along to make sure that we had them. So, having the smell of gardenias around the house brings fond memories. The gardenias that I'm using now are stemmed gardenias, which means they're cut on the stem. You might be familiar with seeing gardenias in a little box with just the flower head. But this way, with the stemmed gardenias, we can cut flowers that are in a bud like this, and the bud will open up in the bouquet, which means we get a lot longer vase life. So we can enjoy something like this on our table for 5 or 6 days. There's nothing quite like waking up or falling to sleep to the smell of gardenias. Another fragrant flower that's one of my favorites is the freesia. Freesia are a bulb flower, and they grow up on the stem like this, opening all the way out to the end. They have a very interesting, unique fragrance. As a little kid, we grew them in the greenhouse, and when the freesia were in bloom, you'd go in the greenhouse and that's all you could smell. Some people say they smell like Fruit Loops, and I think that's pretty accurate. They come in a wide variety of colors, and interestingly enough, the colored freesia are more fragrant than the white. That isn't normally the case with most flowers, but with freesia, it happens to be. For this arrangement, we have all these little vases, and they're attached to the tray. So I'll fill each one with a different color of freesia. This is great because you can slide it in the middle of a table, and wherever people run into this, they're going to be able to smell these beautiful flowers. Having flowers around the house in different spots can also evoke romance depending upon where they're placed. The other way to approach romance with flowers is by the shape of the arrangement we create. These beautiful roses have been made into a heart shape, and the heart symbol itself becomes romantic. Floating flowers are another way for us to add romance, and there's nothing better than adding candlelight to a centerpiece. So a floating candle and floating flowers is perfect for your dining room table. Roses are also romantic. And another way to add romance to your bath is to add rose petals. I like to choose organic varieties or grow them myself, and then place those fragrant petals into the bath. So you see, there's all kinds of choices when we want to add romance to our life in bloom. Today for Flower Cocktail Hour, I'm joined by Chef Jenna. She owns an Italian restaurant with her husband Maurizio. It's called Amore. You inspired me for my book,
Yes.
Fun with Flowers, to create Rose Cello.
Yes.
So today I created a rose-infused vodka,
I'm kind of loving that.
right? Because roses are romantic.
So romantic. And it's crazy, but they taste good.
The process for this was that we took potato vodka
Okay.
and I added fragrant red rose petals every day, or as often as I could. I grew them outside so I could govern them, make sure they're organic. And then I added them when I had them available, pulled the petals off. I didn't leave the pollen or the stems on.
Okay.
And mixed it in for 6 weeks.
Perfect. Look at that color.
So yeah, so then at that point in time, you have, and the petals are inside, they remain intact, but they lose all their color. So that's the essence of that red coloration.
I really like this because the first time we did it with the pink roses, and it didn't have that beautiful color that this one does.
Right, right. So you and I both have this thing about processed foods,
Yes.
and you use all that local stuff at your restaurant.
If you know where it comes from, somehow that tastes better.
Yeah, and better for you,
And
right?
it's way better for you, yes.
So then I used local honey from Michigan and made a simple syrup with local honey.
I love that. Look at you.
Right, right? So then we had 2 bottles of potato vodka, so a 1/4 cup of simple syrup, so a 1/2 cup for the 2. And then I just put it in this bottle. This is a reclaimed bottle that I had.
Really cute.
So then we have it as a cocktail. When you taste it, it tastes like vodka, but it also tastes the way that a rose smells.
It does.
That's the best way that I can think about it.
And I found this recipe in a very old book that was all in Italian about homemade liqueurs. And the little story near it was just about how women would make this, and in the afternoon when their husbands would creep off for coffee, they'd pour themselves a little
I love it.
drink, right?
It's perfect.
I know.
So our husbands are away.
Right? we're having a little cocktail.
That's right.
That's what we do.
Ice. Here. There we go.
Boom.
All right.
I
So I thought a little rose spritzer,
what's better than that?
right? So it's
making me thirsty.
Soda water. Well, I'm coming.
There you go. I feel like we should garnish it with like a rose petal or something,
We could do that.
right?
We can do that. Hold on.
Wouldn't that be pretty
yeah.
and romantic?
It would be.
Are we gonna have a drink?
We are. Because
Salute.
we're home alone.
I know, right? Wow. You get the
Yeah.
rose right at the beginning,
It's true.
and it stays through to the end. I would drink this.
It reminds me so much of what you fixed that day that
Yes.
you came to visit. And
So good with the soda. I love that.
I love that. Yeah, it's delicious. Why do you think people think that Italian restaurants are so romantic? What's the connection?
In general, Italy is a romantic place, and it's always been kind of, especially if you haven't visited Italy, you just picture it as a beautiful romantic place. If you see movies or, the models that you see on all of the, all the magazines and everything. And I think a place called Amore is already romantic. The reason we called it Amore is because that's what Maurizio and I call each other. Like, it's our pet name. And we didn't realize how awesome it was that it was Amore, because once we were in the phone book, we were number one on the list. Because alphabetically, we came up. We were like, this was a double bonus. Because if we're at an event or anything, Amore comes up first.
Right. So Jenna, I have a tradition.
I love traditions.
With flower crowns, which you know about my flower crowns.
I love. My profile pic is a flower crown. Your flower crown right now. All right, you'll have to position it for me.
Oh, it looks good.
Like that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mama's in the house.
I know, right? It's
right?
perfect.
Okay, so cheers.
Cheers to flower crowns.
And to Amore. Another romantic flower is lavender. That smell is wonderful. And we can use lavender when we cook. Whether we make an elixir that could be added to cocktails, or we can actually use the flower buds in cookies. So today, we'll create some romantic cookies using lavender buds and lemon zest. Keep your flowers away from the fruit bowl. Fruit gives off ethylene, a ripening hormone. This causes flowers to age more quickly. When I think about fragrant flowers, I think about the phrase, "Stop and smell the roses." I think it's important for us to take time to smell the flowers. And it's wonderful when the flowers smell as beautiful as they look. Many people claim the phrase, "Stop and smell the roses," dates back over a century or more. The story goes that two ladies were standing in their yards. One was discussing how much labor went into creating the garden that she had. The other neighbor suggested that she perhaps step back and look at the beauty she had created with all of that labor and take time to stop and smell the roses. The phrase gained prominence again in 1957 in Walter Hagen's biography. The golfer told us, "Don't hurry, don't worry, and be sure to stop and smell the flowers." So everything we have on the table today is a fragrant flower. We've got stock, we have lilies, roses, waxflower, and a couple types of foliages that also have fragrance as well. This bouquet will certainly fill a room with fragrance. First, we'll start with scented geranium. I love this because it has a wonderful minty fragrance. I like that the stock has an herbal smell as well. It smells like cloves. Some people say cinnamon. This wax flower has such a unique, fresh fragrance. This is a Melaleuca foliage, and what's interesting about this is when you strip down the foliage, it has almost a eucalyptus type smell. It smells real fresh and clean again. It matches really well with the clove, the cinnamon, the mint. Now it's time for our roses. What's interesting about the rose itself is that the thorns are associated with the fragrance. I'm gonna drop a few beautiful lilies down inside here too. That's a beautiful arrangement, sure to fill an entire room with fragrance. As you can see, romance can be a part of your day-to-day life. Through arrangements, self-care, food, or drink, flowers are ready to bring their fragrant beauty into your living space. For Life in Bloom, I'm J Schwanke. See you next time. My dog's went to dog daycare.
Because they would be all up in here, wouldn't they?
Ready?
Yep.
It's so romantic. It was perfect too. It was so much fun.
It was a whole lot of fun. Okay, Chris, I need to get the flower crowns. They're in the fridge. Okay,
I'm gonna have another drink.
go ahead. Yep. Okay.
day drinking, hashtag day drinking, to flower crowns.
And to Amore.
Almost got the petal stuck to my lip.
J Schwanke's Life in Bloom is filmed in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
J Schwanke's Life in Bloom is brought to you by Albertsons Companies, with additional support from the following companies: the Ball Horticultural Company, Cal Flowers, Design Master Color Tool, Golden Flowers, Sunshine Bouquet, and theribbonroll.com. Closed caption funding provided by Kreisel. For everything flowers, recipes, projects, and more information, visit ubloom.com.